Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about ENGin Inspires and informing you all of the details that entail ENGin Inspires. So, what is ENGin Inspires? First of all, it is an opportunity for you to practice your English and public speaking skills along with your writing skills that all come with the help of getting training from a mentor and a supportive Telegram group chat, which I will talk about momentarily. And at ENGin Inspires, we as a group prepare together for the ENGin Inspires event, working on our own speeches. And the ENGin Inspires event is where you get to showcase your skills and present your speech to others. Like I said earlier, ENGin Inspires is a moderated Telegram chat that allows for ENGin students to participate and engage in discussions regarding the art and technique of speech giving and speech writing. Moreover, I'm also the moderator there to help answer your questions about speech writing and help you become a good public speaker and reach your full potential. And why do I do this? Because we believe that words can truly inspire change, and public speaking is a skill that sticks with you and will last you a lifetime, which is why it's so important to learn. As we've just finished our first ENGin Inspires, we are already preparing for the second one and are looking for people like you who are interested to give awesome and influential speeches. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact engin.inspires@enginprogram.org. Have a good day, and I hope you sign up. If you're unaware of what ENGin is this really great organization that teaches people and offers Ukrainian students the opportunities to learn English for free with the help of volunteers like me. And it's just a super great organization. Yeah, and ENGin Inspires is kind of a sub part of it. So we have lots of moderating groups on Telegram, and ENGin Inspires is one of them. And it's basically an opportunity for Ukrainian students to receive support and help in an online community that has the main goal of improving public speaking skills. So you might be wondering, why exactly are we doing public speaking? Because the words that you articulate hold the power to inspire the world, which is why public speaking is so important for everyone. And I think everyone should have an opportunity to learn it. So before we begin our event, we have 10 speeches to go through, but before we do so, I have some quick rules. So while others are giving their amazing presentations, please keep your microphone muted until it is your turn to speak. We are recording this, so it's best that we get the best quality out of this video. So when others are speaking, be muted and just don't do anything distracting. And then of course, be respectful of others and support each other. So here are our speakers today, and we're just going to get right into it. Our first speaker, Mary. Is Mary here?
Yeah, it's me.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to share your, let me make you co-host real quick.
Yeah. Okay, hi everyone, I'm Maria and I'm 14 and I live in Odessa. My today's speech is about children with terrible disease, which has really bad effects on health even after curing. So it's children with cancer. My personal interest took place in distant 2019 year. I was barely 11 years old and I saw an advertisement on TV and can't tell you my regrets. For bedridden children with bald heads and extremely sad look. They literally screamed about our help, and from that moment, this topic started telling me a lot. And I'd like to share with you terrible statistics in Ukraine. So in 2015, there were 4,459 children with cancer. Then the indicators were growing, and in 2015, it turned 6,226 patients with this disease, and just taking its and only children were taken into account. So, and the difference between these 2 years was about 1,000 patients, as you can see. And however, if we take the entire population of Ukraine and all the age categories in 2021, there are more than 1 million people who are registered in oncological centers. So, and it's really a lot. And highest rate of cancer in the world is in Hungary, unfortunately, and the disease is also common in Africa, Asia, Central and South America. So who would ever thought? And about age categories, there are different age categories. So, and the most common age for cancer among children. So, and there like I united some of these categories. And so first, like babies and toddlers, wearing children can get the disease only from things that cause harm. So it can be ultraviolet or something like that. And children, they show from 7 to 16, and teenagers are like most common. So ages for cancer, only among children. And and some of that cases, I mean, like most of that cases, they can be fatal. So, and the first thing in all these cases about is being without childhood. So charity centers, clinics, hospitals, droppers, compassion, medicines, chemotherapy, doctors in hospital room. So now I described to you the whole childhood of the children with the disease. And I would like to say that effective medicines in the health is also harmful. So especially after chemotherapy. So there are like such complications, like nausea, vomiting, hair loss, increased fatigue, anemia, toxic effects on bone marrow. So as you can see, children become volatile only from chemotherapy. So, but it's by the way, the main medicine for curing the disease. So, and I would like to tell you the story of famous actress Miranda Buchanan, and it's an actress from a well-known TV series and the Knee. So maybe someone from you watched it. So I watched, and in June 2021, she was diagnosed after finding a lump in her breasts. Miranda had lots of intensive treatments during 8 months, and eventually she managed to overcome it, and I'm really proud of her. So, and being a real charity, so there are some main aspects, to my opinion, of real charity, and is kindness. First of all, decision which is made by the heart without expecting a reward. So it basically means that you shouldn't respect reward after doing it. So, and generosity, sure. And how to donate? To donate, you should check the data about charity centers in your region. So here are the most renowned charity centers in Ukraine and their names, telephone numbers. So as you can see, the Запорука, Таблеточки, and Сиани Надежд. So, and my future plans needs are to set up my own charity center with best students and best conditions there. Also, I like to support such children a lot by myself and at least try to give them childhood. So, yeah, that was the end.
Amazing job, Mary. I really liked your speech. I'm so proud of you. It's a very good speech. Your English is very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so next up, we have our next speaker. Are they ready?
Yeah.
Artem?
Okay.
Yes. Do you need? Good luck.
Unemployment. The harder the job, the easier is it to get a job, told Konstantin Malakhin. What is unemployment? Western economies are growing thanks to new jobs, and the United States has created the most jobs this year. What is the East doing? He suffocates from dirt and unemployment. So what does the International Labour Organization do? Do they need it? I want to explain why professions are replaced by others and why education affects the standard of living. All about me. My name is Artem and I am 14. My hobby is to do various projects and engage in activities. Now I'm studying in 9th grade and I really like to speak in public. Making skits is my second hobby. I really don't know how you can live selflessly and do nothing for humanity. Work is the best way to love life, asked Ronan. We'll start with 3 benefits of creating jobs. Stimulating economic growth, it lowers unemployment, and it reduces crimes. So increased unemployment leads to a higher rate of consumer spending, which benefits other businesses who depend on consumer sales to stay open and pay vendors. Causes of unemployment in the East. Many young people are idle in the informal sector or choose to emigrate because Western Europe gives work higher wages, so people want to emigrate there. Economic growth affects unemployment opportunities for youth more than for adults. Therefore, older people stay in their country, while younger people look for a place for a better life. Labor regulation constraints youth unemployment. Furthermore, in the EU, the level of unemployment among young people and adults tends to decrease more. The decline in both youth and adult unemployment is more dramatic in Southeast Europe than in the EU. Serious barriers prevent youth, particularly women, from entering the labor market. In addition, the lack of affordable child and elder care services can make it difficult for young women to combine work with studies and family responsibilities. To sum up, measures for promoting overall job creation should be more complemented and not replaced by measures focused on youth. Let's continue with my second point, why professions are replaced by others. Extinction of professions is a common phenomenon. Experts reassure that there is no need to worry about this because new, modern, even more interesting ones are taking their place. After all, technology's progress doesn't stand still, and every year new engineering systems appear, and all ones are improved, all for the sake of improving people's life. That is why some professions have outlived their usefulness and are becoming a thing in the past. Which exactly? It's travel agent, librarian, postman, call center operator, and ticket taker. Despite the fact the whole groups of professions are dying out, there are others that have been unknown until now. Nowadays, many people want to do programming and modern technologies. Then what were our distant ancestors happy about? Our ancestors were happy about the fact they were mastered a neural laying technology or invented new stronger fabric or improved ship building. No, they were happy about the same things that we're happy about the beauty of the surrounding world, about love, about godness, nobility that live in the human soul. Let's finish our research with my third point, and why education affects the standard of living. Science is a sweet fruit of bitter root, asked Isocrates. Education is the fourth largest item of expenditure in the EU. One of the most important problems remains actual inequality in access to equality education. Providing equal educational opportunities would be more effective if families were genuinely supported. All this suggests that social inequality is transmitted through generations. That is, the social economic status of parents significantly affects the education, work, income, and health of children. What the East lives on: India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Vietnam, Tibet, and many others. This is about them. She has been blind for the past 10 years, lives in the New Delhi, beginning the only income in the family. Her mother and brother are too sick to work, and her father is dead. He grazes cattle and dreams of going to school. However, it is very unlikely. In conclusion, the problem of industrialization of labor resources has acquired a global character. There are at least 150 million openly unemployed people in the world, and 19 million were unemployed part-time. There is an acute problem of unemployment for unskilled and semi-skilled workers, whose unemployment rate is 1.5 to 2 times higher than the average level. Unemployment is a serious problem because it directly causes economic, social, and psychological consequences. At the end, we should think about who are you, about who am I. Until we decided who we are, unemployment and the standard of living will fall. Someone are 30 and some are 40 and they still haven't found themselves. The following measures are common to all types of unemployment. Is creating of new unemployment services, introduction of system of preferential taxation in order to stimulate employers who employ young people, the development of progressive technologies that can ensure the improvement of the quality of work and the creation of more jobs in the regions, provision of subsidies to graduates of retraining courses, organization of internship for the unemployed and the enterprise, development of professional technical education, strengthening interaction and coordination of work of state and private employment services. Therefore, choose a better future because that thanks to a quality education, you'll be able to find a good job. Set yourself a higher goal than the previous and never lower the bar because only what you do well is what you do when we are free, asked Montesquieu. Thank you for attention.
Good job. That was so informational. I learned a lot from that speech. That's amazing. Yeah, unemployment. Awesome. Good job. Can everyone just compliment him in the group chat right now? All right, next up we have Natalia. Natalia, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. My name is Natalia Kashuba. I'm a third year university student, and today I'm going to share with you my passion on software engineering, which I study at the university. Before we start, I'd like to tell you the difference between a computer programmer and a software engineer. These two jobs are so similar that people often confuse them, and it's not surprising. A computer programmer is actually a person who types code line by line. In typically work environment, they take instructions from software engineers, lead programmers, and turn their instructions into working code. While software engineer is actually a person who make these instructions. To make these instructions and to design programming to design software that works well for the clients, they often need to communicate to them and apply different engineering principles to software and software development. Now let's see what is needed to become a successful software engineer. Software engineers may benefit from having both soft skills and hard skills. Let's start with soft skills. Soft skills are skills that you may have naturally, but you can also develop them by working on these skills. And I would say that key soft skills for tech professionals are communication skills, multitasking, organizational skills, attention to detail, as well as creativity and curiosity, and the ability to work both independently and in teams. Now, hard skills. Hard skills are skills that you can't have naturally. You only can develop them on studying hard at the university through online training materials or on the job. Programming languages first cross mind of many people when we hear about key hard skills of software engineers. However, software engineers benefit from version control systems, database management, and IT English, as well as programming languages too. IT English is very important, so you are in the right place if you want to become a software engineer. Because if you don't know English, you won't be able to keep up with the latest technology and to communicate with foreign clients and colleagues. So programming languages. Here on this slide, you see only 4 programming languages, which are ones I think I know good, but there are many of them, and so many of them that it is impossible to know all of them. So software engineers benefit from knowing one or not one but two or more programming languages. Here on this slide, you see C, C++, C Sharp, and Java with their drawbacks and advantages. If you have learned these languages, you know how similar they are. So if you know C Sharp, you won't have any trouble with learning Java after that. C and C++, especially C, are not so popular nowadays, though still used, but C Sharp and Java are extremely popular, and if you decide to study them, you will find plenty of useful materials and courses on the internet. Version control systems. A version control software saves all the changes in a repository. So if the developer make a mistake, he or she can undo it. GitHub is extensively used for this particular purpose. It allows teams to collaborate together to maintain the entire history of code changes, to track these changes, and to turn back the clock and undo something, some change or error, and share their work with other team members. It is actually a repository to host Git projects. While Git is an open source version control system with multiple features, and it is easy to learn and offers fast operation speed. Um, databases are a cornerstone of any application, whether you work with web applications, desktop applications, mobile applications. You will definitely need one or more databases. Before talking about database management systems, it is essential to understand what a database is. A database is a systematic collection of data. They support electronic storage and manipulation of data. Databases make data management easy. Here are only two database management systems, but to leverage their features, one must be proficient in SQL. SQL, also known as SQL, stands for Structured Query Language, and it works by providing a way to get desired information from a database using something that resembles normal English, which makes it particularly easy to learn. Microsoft SQL Server is a very popular DBMS, which is extensively used for such use cases as e-commerce, for example, and e-commerce is very popular nowadays, as you know. PostgreSQL is an advanced database management system, meaning that it provides access to the extended subset of SQL standards with many more functions and other features. I have learned PostgreSQL at my university and Microsoft SQL Server. I have learned during an online course. Finally, I want to share with you my favorite quote about programming and any technology as well. It is a quote by Chris Pine saying, "Programming isn't about what you know, it's about what you can figure out." I have been into technology only for 3 years for now, but I already see how true this sentence is. Technology change all the time, but even if it didn't change, which is fantastic, of course, it would be still impossible to know everything and to come up with a solution quickly and to know application of each technology to each task. That's why to become um, a successful software engineer or programming, you really need to be passionate about your job and curious and learn almost every day. And now I want to thank you for your time and attention. I really hope that my presentation was interesting for you and it inspired you to love technology as much as I do. And I wish you I wish you success in any career that you follow or decide to follow. Mm, Thank you again.
So thank you, Natalie, for that inspiring presentation and quotation, which is especially useful for really beginners, I guess. Well, and I'd like to remind you about two things. So you can always use Google Jamboard, our link, to left a comment so speakers can read it after the event. And please take your time. So it's like approximately 5 to 10 minutes for every speaker today. And so our next speaker is Yana. She'll tell us about how ENGin has changed her life, and why learning English is something that everybody have to do.
Thank you for the introduction. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
Welcome, everyone. Today's meeting is about the importance of learning English and how ENGin changed my life. Let's get started. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Yana. In 2013, I graduated from Luhansk National University, named after Taras Shevchenko, Department of Foreign Languages, specialty English and literature. I got my master's degree. I always try to improve my teaching skills and attend additional courses, seminars, and trainings. On this slide, you can see some of them. For example, the Active Citizens Local Training 2019, Teaching for Success, Teaching English in Basic Schools, Key Skills of the 21st Century, Creativity and Imagination, Critical Thinking and Problem Solving Skills. All those trainings were based on the materials of the British Council in Ukraine. In September, I took part in the online exchange program for Ukrainian English language teachers. It was organized by America House Odessa. In 2022, I joined the ENGin program. The next, what I would like to tell you that I have been teaching English for 9 years in boarding and regular schools. My students are teenagers. I really love my job and I'm looking for different ways to improve my spoken English skills. I want to be good at my job and enjoy my work as much as possible. My hobby is doing sports. In 2019, I took part in all Ukrainian bodybuilding competitions in the fitness bikini category. It was my first experience and I would like to share my healthy habits with my students. Nowadays, more and more people start thinking about their physical and mental health. Healthy lifestyle is a way of living that helps me enjoy more aspects of my life. Good nutrition, daily exercise, and adequate sleep are my foundations of healthy living and productive working. I want to talk about the importance of learning English. So why do people learn a new language? I think that they want to listen English songs or watch English movies, and they want to understand them. They also want to feel more confident when they are traveling. They want to communicate, and some of them can make acquaintances abroad. People want to be able to communicate when they travel, to make new friends around the world. Students want to learn English to make their families proud and to know that they will be if he or she can graduate from a college. We need to understand history to know what will happen in the future. We have to learn English if we want to get a good job. Who knows, maybe one day you will teach too. Perhaps you will keep going and get your master's degree. And I'm sure that all my students will go far because they know how it is important to learn a foreign language. I want to move on to the next slide, but I'm not sure if you can see it.
I see the ENGin organization.
Yeah, it is
we can
about
say
the
thank you.
organization. Yeah, thank you. ENGin is a non-profit organization that pairs Ukrainian youth with English speakers for free online conversation practice and cross-cultural connection. ENGin team works with students and volunteers. They are making an impact on both an individual and a national level. On an individual level, they equip students to access academic and professional opportunities. On a national level, they connect Ukraine with the world, spurring economic growth and social progress. Now that we have finished discussing this topic, we can go to volunteering. And on this slide, you can see my volunteer. The ENGin team has made me a perfect match. In June 2022, I had the first meeting with my buddy. Her name is Nina Krause. She lives in Denver, Colorado, the United States of America. Her interests and hobbies are hiking, paddleboarding, trying new restaurants, and traveling. She likes traveling a lot. Her job is the product management. She works in a healthcare company. My buddy and I like discussing our weekends, Ukrainian and American traditions, cuisines, interesting articles on different topics. Today, I feel more confident when I speak English. Nina helps me understand the real meaning of the words. She is not a teacher or an educator, but she can explain difficult topics very clearly. Nina is a supportive and polite person. I have never met such a helpful and positive person. When she found out that I was a teacher, she offered to attend my lesson, and she helped my pupils to practice their speaking skills. My students are interested in learning English. At the meeting, they were speaking English as much as possible. Nina told them a lot of interesting information about holidays and also, she prepared a presentation about Yellowstone National Park. It was really interesting for my pupils. It was a great opportunity to practice their spoken skills, and we are really grateful for the ENGin team and my volunteer for that motivation to learn a foreign language. The next topic we need to cover is a great ENGin impact on students' lives. And you can see my next slide. I want to be honest and say that the ENGin organization changed my life. First, it brought confidence, support, motivation to my life. Margarita Kutsa is a member of the ENGin team. She has her regular meetings with her students. I have already attended such trainings as English for job interviews, conditionals in 1 hour. In August, I took part in the meet and greet event where I met different native speakers and we discussed interesting topics. Margarita always gives us useful tips which can help in our modern society. I highly recommend to attend her webinars and trainings. The ENGin students have a great opportunity to be members of different communities according to their interests. For example, I joined the fitness group on Telegram. In September, we had a meeting and discussion about our healthy habits. I think it's always interesting to meet new people and share ideas. It's also about cultural exchange. If you are an introvert and want to become a more open-minded person, I recommend you join the ENGin program. I'm sure it will help you develop yourself and feel more confident when you talk to different people. Before we finish, let's go over everything we talked about today. As I have already said, learning English or the other foreign language is very useful and helpful nowadays. If you want to have a good job or just travel around the world, you should learn foreign languages. And the ENGin team can help Ukrainian youth with improving their speaking skills. I'm grateful for the opportunity which ENGin gave me. And I highly recommend to start learning English and join this incredible community. So thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Jana, thank you so much for being such an active participant in our program, and thank you for advertising that. It was a pleasure for me to hear that you were a participant of fitness community. That's highly interesting, and thank you for your experience. The next speaker is Volodymyr. Can you share your screen for now?
Development of modern technologies in whole. How important is development of modern technologies? What to expect from the rapid development of technologies? Factors that remain in the emergence of new technologies. Interesting facts about the use of technology. All about me. My name is Volodymyr and I am 14 years old. My hobby is reading books and self-development. Now I study in the 9th grade and I really like to speak in public. Studying languages is my second hobby. I really don't know how can you live selflessly and do nothing for humanity. Development of technologies. This slide is only my imagination and without text. I mean that all of us know what is it development and what is it technologies, but have you ever thought about how many times you use technologies and that are developing now? I think, the answer to both of these questions is yes, because every day we do interesting tasks and we use technologies, for example, our phones to do something. How important is the development of modern technologies? Technology is a tool, asked Bill Gates. Have you ever thought about how important and useful the modern technologies are for us? We use technologies every day. They could be things that were invented very recently, or the things that were invented 1,000 years ago. Sometimes we use objects without even thinking about how they work and without even thinking about how developed humanity is as a result of this. Every year, there are more and more new products and discoveries. Do you pay attention to all this? How we think little things? What to expect from the rapid development of technologies? Innovations led to the tech stage of economic development. The philosophy of work has changed as technology began to occupy an intermediate position between humans and nature as a subject of work. In this regard, a large number of professions became a thing of the past, replaced by technological analogs that practically do not require human participation. At the same time, a new segment of professions that did not exist before is emerging. It is difficult to deny the fact that innovation and technology are the most powerful weapons and tools of influence in the hands of humanity, but as they say, sometimes danger comes from the unexpected from unexpected. Caution never hurts. At the end of this slide, I can say that technologies gains more than it loses. So don't be afraid of it. Factors that determine the emergence of new technologies. There are many factors that determine the emergence of new technologies, but the main of them are the people and their education, money and resources or materials, and the foundation. Foundation, in this case, it is already created technologies. For example, without factories for the production of glass or metal processing, we will not be able to create telephone. Interesting facts about the use of technology. Quiz. I think all of us can answer these questions. You can answer them. The first one is, what is the highest building in the world? Who can answer?
So everybody, you can just guess.
Can you repeat?
So, my answer was basically, is it somewhere in Dubai?
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. Who was the first to enter space? It is the second one.
Dogs or cats, you mean?
Can you repeat?
From animals or from people?
Who was the first to enter space? You can answer both of variants of this question.
Maybe Neil Armstrong.
No, he was the first who was on the moon.
I think it's two animals like Belka and Strelka.
Oh, yes, of course. You're right, Artem. What was the first metal that people mastered or mastered? Yes.
Iron.
Maybe, but no. Oh, I can. I can give you some tips. Maybe it is this metal is very often. How can I explain it? We use this metal, for example, in firewall and in electricity, and this metal is how can I explain it? It's a good conductor, and can you answer this question?
Diana says with its copper, and Kate says with its ore.
Oh, it's copper. Yes, of course, it's copper.
Oh, Diana, you're right.
Thank you for attention. And but to sum up, I can say conclusion. To sum up, there is no need to be afraid of the development of technology. It is a part of our life. Moreover, humanity itself is developing every year more and more as a result of the development of technology also. And the problem of ecology in this matter will also be solved thanks to new inventions. Be positive.
Thank you so much for that engaging quiz in the end. So, and now you can always leave your comments, and in Google Jamboard we have different slides, so just find the slide for this special topic and leave your comments there. Next speaker is completely the opposite topic. Before we start, can you please type in our chat? So when was the last time you danced? So it's the question for everyone. Years ago. And what about others? Oh, last week during alarm. So 8 years ago, really? That's a long time. Well, as you understood, our topic is about dancing. So, and the speaker is Victoria.
Yeah, it's me. So, my name is Victoria, and today I'm going to give you a speech on mobile topic, and it's about how dancing affects us. But before we start, I have a little question for you. Have you ever felt the urge to move as your body wants while listening to music, when it looks silly but so relaxing? I suppose that many of you have done it, probably when you were alone at home or in a good mood. And but have you ever thought about its impact on us? And I'm going today to tell you more about it. Just information about me. I'm 17 years old and I have been dancing for 11 years. It's my hobby, it's my passion, and that's why I decided to choose this item. Here on the screen, you can see some pictures of our dancing. So we dance it in different types. So it was really interesting for me. Let's start. According to psychologists, dancing is said to help us to release the emotions which we can't express in our daily life. You know, I suppose that many of us have such unpleasant emotions which we escape, which we avoid, about which we don't want to think, and they just accumulate in our body. And that's why sometimes we have some mental issues or some pain. But all these emotions, especially negative ones, such as fear, angriness, guiltiness, jealousy, we can express through body movements. You just need to find a beat of a song which fits your mood the most. I have done it so many times, and after it, I felt really empty in emotional meaning. In other words, it really helps me to reduce the level of stress in my life as I am able to express all the types of emotions. Then I will tell you more about physical benefits. You can understand that if you add some activity in your life as dancing, you can even lose weight. Definitely your body will be fitter, stronger, and more flexible. And I add some interesting facts. People who dance have 5% stronger bones than those who don't. And I add, I suppose, one of the most important things, that dancing reduces the risk of heart disease and cardiovascular death by 45%. So dancing is really important not only for our mental health, but also for our physical health. Then I will tell you more about deeper things. Definitely, you will become more confident with the help of dancing. It will help you to realize yourself better and hear your own soul, your own passions, your own desires, your own dreams. I saw so many girls and boys who opened up to new emotions in themselves and to new possibilities which they haven't seen before. And as to me, it helps me to become more confident, more disciplined, and I'm not afraid of people's attention. You just need to find your style. And the last but not the least, dancing is an art, and it can't be not great, because humans are capable to see what they can create and what they can create with their body and with their emotions. And here on the screen, you can see 3 more words. I suppose that they are the most important from my speech. And with the help of dancing, you can become happier, stronger, and more aware of yourself. And I want to add my speech with some sentences about which maybe you can think in future. So we need to listen to our inner voice, to our own thoughts, to our own dreams, to our own soul, and to our own heart to live this life happier. And for it, we need to have strong connections between our body and our mind, but often they don't. And dancing makes these connections between them better and stronger. So just try. And my task for you, turn on the music, listen to your body, listen to your soul, and of course, dance. Thank you for listening to my speech and have a good luck.
I want to add something for her speech. I know that listening to music is a great chance to be positive, and it's more useful than going to the psychology lessons. You should only listen to music, and it be more productive than visiting psychologist.
Yeah.
So after this event, we are going to dance and listen to music, I guess.
Yes, my advice for you. It really helps.
So thank you for that. And our next speaker will tell us about primary school and education.
Yes, hello. My name is Anastasia. I'm from Kiev, and I work as a teacher in primary school more than 7 years. Moreover, I have something to say. Do you know about problems and difficulties in primary education? What do you think when you imagine a classroom with students? How many students would you like to teach at the same time? Don't you think that more than 20 kids are too many? I think it would be perfect number under 20. When we open books from the library, we said, oh my God, I mean us teachers, because some of books from library are old and contain a few pictures. Some of them contain too many pictures, and what do you suggest to do? We should create our lessons based only on pictures. It is impossible. Some amazing books that can really help kids are expensive. And in addition, not all parents are ready to buy them for their kids. As for me, I use electronic books during my lessons, and it's much better and more interesting for me and for kids. If all parents were good as parents and were truly involved into their kids' upbringing, so teachers would be happy. I can say that kids imitate their parents' behavior, and sometimes it is bad. Unfortunately, we don't have enough power to change it. Also, we have a new challenge in our new reality. Almost every day we have air sirens and we have to go to shelter and our school. For example, today we were at the shelter during 3.5 hours. Yeah. So in conclusion, I want to say that we all should think about what we have to do in our world, what we can change to raise kids who are really ready to learn and who want to be educated. It is not enough only teachers' desire. It is three-side process. So thank you for attention.
Thank you so much. I think we can learn a lot from foreign countries and their modern education. And our next speaker will tell us about how to resist the pressure of society, and especially nowadays, it's a highly important topic, I guess. So, Sophia, welcome.
Okay, so good evening to everyone. My name is Sophia. I'm 17 years old, and I'm the first year student at the Shevchenko University. My studying occupation is biotechnologist, and although I'm passionate and content about it, some of my relatives and acquaintances still regret my choice. It seems weird, doesn't it? So my parents highly recommended me to be a computer programmer. My vocal teacher advised me to be a singer, and some of my other relatives just suggested me to be a doctor, journalist, an artist, and so on. So the worst thing is there wasn't any advice or suggestions. It was a pressure though. So at first I considered their suggestions, but I quickly figured out that I can't and don't have to please everyone. So, by the way, you may have noticed the title of my presentation. It's How to Resist the Pressure of Society. Well, I chose it deliberately because I wish that somebody could tell me this 1 year ago. So, oh, can you see the changing of my slides?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. So first of all, I want to point out that my topic applies to neither anarchy or destruction power and doesn't deny the importance of surrounding society, because my title may seem kind of controversial. So the purpose is to help people feel comfortable about their propensities and diversity. So let's get started with some examples. Why would we get some education? Why need we cross a road only at green light? Oh, how can we dress up for the theater? Why do we brush our teeth twice a day? Well, maybe somebody doesn't, but anyway, there are many things that we do simultaneously every day, and with thousands of millions of people on the earth. So let me try to answer this question. To communicate with people, you need at least to be able to read and write, right? So suitors have a dress code, and you're warned of the risk when you want to cross the road at the red light. So, and what about this? Adjust your healthcare and your choice. So, however, saying that previous activities are characteristic of anybody can be extremely inaccurate. There are simplest examples of our everyday chores or just unconscious actions, but talking about Ukrainians. If we refer to some undeveloped societies or multicultural countries, so the result would be dissatisfactory. There are common with fundamentally different rules, or there are just any rules. So thus, can we name their societies inadequate? Definitely no. So let's look at the previous examples again. There is legislation that we are supposed to follow. There are some rules to protect our safety, of course, and dressing for the event is called a culture. So we can conclude to avoid disrespecting other people's comfort, one must follow some set of norms. And as long as they are not offensive in any possible way and based on needs, they can be called so, like they can be called norms. So, but so far we were talking about our like outer responsibility and about us being a part of society. So what about our personal life, our career choices, our appearances, our tastes, our hobbies? Choosing a hairstyle, applying for a job, buying a property can't impact the well-being of anybody else but your own. But really frequently, crowd's attention is concentrated on such things, really very frequently. So now we approach the cornerstone, because I think everybody knows that teenagers give up their passions, I mean, career-wise, because of their future profit. Some of them became insecure about their self-expression because of the fear of becoming a fool, and there are even some suicides. So is there any social pressure? I think that the main issue of social pressure is that majority of society doesn't consider it a problem. So we all like saying this phrase, it doesn't matter, so don't care about this, don't listen to them, they don't know what are they talking about. But if, for example, appearance didn't matter, would we have such problems as anorexia, for example? So of course there is such problem caused by this insane pressure of society. So, now I want to talk about some gossips, because people are very likely to create an undetailed impression, and so it's easier to judge here than to believe. And there are like 4 the most common gossip topics. It is money and power, it is relationship, it is your reputation, whether it's good or bad, and there's some celebrity events. We are really lucky that after some moment, after public have discussed all of their gossip, they just tend to move on. So good for us. But this is much worse when people think that they have a better awareness of your life than you do. I know how painful it is when you feel like you disappoint your relatives and your people that you really care about. And this can either break you or make you hesitate in every further step. Anyway, feel guilty or trying to let them down can cause anxiety or even some more worse consequences. So now I feel like I owe you some tips, because the topic was how to resist the pressure. So there is first one called self-esteem. This is a vital feature in our success of becoming just outstanding individual, I'd say, not only of overcoming the pressure. So research suggests that 85% of our population is affected by low self-esteem. I mean, this is a majority of our society, and this is not good, because others will take your word if you consider yourself miserable and worthless. So just try to love yourself, try to perceive yourself as beautiful as you are. I know that it's easier said than done, though, so you need to praise yourself on every step and live up to your own expectations only. So there is next one. You should be able to decline or turn down politely. So in other words, you need to be able to say no. You shouldn't feel guilty because of this, and you shouldn't feel out of your comfort zone all the time. If you think that somebody is too invasive, just feel free to say this. And don't wear your heart on your sleeves, especially if you know it's easily broken. Next one is about your feedback to the society and about revenge, because Some people just hold the grudges for the whole universe. This is not a solution. You just need to try this, get this off your chest, because revenge is not the solution. Revenge can only be found on the road to self-destruction. So don't waste your time and energy. Don't try to prove anything to anyone. Next one is really important, because some people are extremely they're extremely scared about their mistakes they can do. So just remember that you're not alone, and we are all humans. We all have our own flaws, and mistakes are allowed. And the greatest mistake a man can ever make is to be afraid of making one. This is said by Albert Hubbard. So the only one who never tried didn't make any mistakes. I mean that it's worth trying, actually. So the next one is about your motivation, actually. There are two types of motivation, extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. So extrinsic one is about being motivated to earn a reward or to avoid punishment. And second one is just to have fun, actually. It's just to enjoy the performance. So as you can presume, the second one, intrinsic motivation, is always better, because you do this because you like this, not because you're afraid of not doing this, afraid of all of their consequences. So when somebody makes the choice instead of you, motivation is very likely to be extrinsic. So that's why you should be kind of determined person and a stubborn a bit. So just don't give up things you love, because you have the right to insist on your point of view when it comes to your life. And so what else I can add? It just don't think that somebody has an upper hand over your life. They can argue, they can disapprove, they can highly recommend you, they can persuade you, but remember who got the power. So, and to sum up, we are genuinely unique. That's been proved by much scientific research. So why do we want to be similar to someone? And actually, the thing is that we don't need some norms to follow, because like versatile norms don't need to be created, since we already have ones within our minds. So it's called perceptions. And what a pity, they are all different as we are. So what leads from the statement that to make us normal, we should make all people think in one particular way, which is impossible. This goal is like unattainable. So I want you to remember that the only person who is responsible for caring about your life, it's you. So, and you're here to do far more than to make yourself fit into the format. Therefore, don't waste your time on the endless compression. It's your time to shine. And thanks everyone for attention.
That was perfect. Thank you for tips you gave us. And the last speaker for today.
Hello. Okay, I will try to. My topic is sorting household waste as a problem in people's minds. All about me. My name is Lisa Pron. I'm a simple person who has never sorted household waste until I didn't get into the EU's study days, mini project Sort Work Live with the team. This project was aimed at informing young people about proper sorting of waste at home. Thanks to the project, I started sorting household waste at home. Together with the team, I attracted more than 60 people to the project page, and we created and published posts on the project's page during the month. I was among 20 students who we invited to the in-person EU study days by the EU representation in Ukraine. For this slide, you have see page of project Sort Work Live, and you can add for these groups from this QR code. You can several few seconds. Please try to invite this page. Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, Viber. Can you try? Okay, I'm waiting.
We will try.
Okay. Can I change this slide?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Question for my audience. Do you sort your household waste? Please grant your phone and go to the Menti.com and enter the voting code or scan QR code that appears in the picture on the left on the presentation, please. You will try? You try?
Yes, we are trying to do this.
Okay, 1 second. I must to stop screen because I want to see how many people. Okay, yes, from 2 person and 3 from 3 person. Okay, yes. 1 second. I demonstration my screen for you, please. Can you see? Only 6 person. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe more person. You can open page Menti.com and you can write code 3855388176. Okay, we are waiting from 1 second. Okay, not sure. Oh my God. I'm happy that 3 person sorting household waste. It's good. Okay, please, come on. Maybe more people. Okay, now I stopped demonstration, this slide. Okay, and we, oh my God, where is it? Second, my presentation. Okay, can you see my slide?
No, we can't.
No.
Yes, now we can.
Okay, only 4 plus 3 and plus 1, it's how many people? 3 plus 1, 4, 8 people. Yes, voting. Okay, thank you. The next slide. 1 second. Okay. Certain household waste and human brains. What is the relationship? Everything is very simple. First, a lot depends on what? Answer, money. After all, someone has to pay for garbage sorting. Yes, you have to pay for everything in this life, including garbage. In developed countries, consumers pay for waste sorting. If waste sorting is introduced in Ukraine, then Ukrainians themselves should be responsible for this sorting, and Ukrainians themselves should pay for it. It's difficult because nobody wants to pay for anything. But the attitude to waste sorting also depends on, perhaps from the mentality, question or statement, or depends on culture. I will give examples. In Japan, you throw away garbage. You, as a consumer, pay for its processing so as not to pollute the environment. In Germany, there are specially market bins on the streets to sort garbage. In Korea, there are specific days when garbage is collected. It's examples. This. Okay. In Ukrainian, we have law. According to the law of Ukraine on waste management, entered into force 7 on September 2023. Household waste, mixed and or separately collected waste from households, including waste paper, cardboard, glass, plastic, wood, textiles, metal, packaging, bio-waste, waste electrical and electronic equipment, waste batteries and accumulators, hazardous waste as part of household, bulky and repair waste, as well as mixed and or separately collected waste from other sources. If this waste is similar in composition to household waste, you can to open from this QR code and to read on Ukrainian language this law, if you want, please. Okay, household waste does not include waste from industry, agriculture and forestry, fishing and aquaculture, septic tanks, sewage networks, and waste from their treatment, including sewage sludge, vehicles that have expired, construction and demolition waste, street garbage, medical waste. You know what is medical waste, yes? I hope yes. Okay, the next. Okay, Articles 55. Financing of activities in the field of waste management. Financing of activities in the field of waste management is carried honors. Funds from state and local budgets, environmental protection funds, voluntary contributions of enterprises, institutions, organizations, citizens of Ukraine, and their associations, as well as other sources not prohibited by law, can be used to finance activities in the field of waste management. Okay, you can see how definitions of terms from Article 1st. Waste owner, who is it? A natural person, a legal entity that generates waste or that, in accordance with the law, owns, uses, and disposes of waste. Waste generator, a natural person, a legal entity as a result of whose activities waste is generated, as well as waste management entities that carry out sorting, mixing, or other operations that lead to a change in the characteristics of composition of waste. It's law. Okay. If we read it, articles, so we see that according to the article by Gordichuk, the Council supported the waste management reform necessary for European integration. The Verkhovna Rada generally supported the framework law on waste management, which harmonizes the working principles of extended producer responsibility and the involvement of local authorities in the process. This principle assumes that separate collection and processing of packaging is organized and financed by the manufacturer of the goods. That is, the manufacturer and the local government, to a certain extent, you and I, yes, you and I, will be extended responsibility in waste management. In Article Savitsky notes, full coverage of waste management costs should have been introduced according to the polluter pays principle. Also, the mechanism of extended responsibility of the manufacturer should have started. In addition, a public electronic register of enterprises that collect and transport waste should have been created.
Yes. Sorry, I'm so sorry for interrupting
yes,
you, but that is timing and we have to finish. I'm so sorry. So you have like full informative presentation. Is it possible?
Finally, okay.
Is it possible for you to share this presentation with us so I can send it to the participants?
Yes, please. Yes, you can.
Yes, so I'll write to you directly. Well, thank you for that. I feel that you're really into sorting garbage, and that's incredible, especially with loaves. I'm so surprised. Well, really.
Can I say several sentences?
Okay, one minute.
1 minute. Okay. In Ukraine, the area of landfills exceed 9,000 hectares. Before the introduction of martial law, the total amount of industrial and household waste in Ukraine reached 15.6 billion tons. Today, millions of tons of waste from the destruction of buildings and infrastructure facilities, thousands of destroyed and damaged cars. And finally, we have 10 golden rules for extended producer responsibility. Okay, let's change your brain, your vision. How? Let's use nylon bags instead of plastic bags. Let's think about how to recycle plastic bags without harming our planet, and believe that the problem in people's minds regarding the sorting of household waste can be solved over time. That is, we remember the formula: teach children plus set an example and create opportunities. Practical steps are the best thing that will help change our thinking and our life. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, like giving
Thank you
your example
for your attention.
Helps us a lot, I guess, in the future. So everybody, thank you for coming. I hope you can left your feedback, anonymous feedback for every speech. You're so brave, and that's our first ENGin Inspires in October. Thank you for coming again, and I hope to see you at next events where you support new speakers.
What happened at our last ENGin Inspires in October. So what valuable lessons were learned? At our last ENGin Inspires event, we learned what exactly a speech is, such as speech timing, public speaking tips, technology skills as well, like how to share a screen on Zoom and how to use Google Slides. In my opinion, the most important lessons we learned throughout the monthly lessons that we had on our moderator group chat was respect. We learned how to respect each other and how we can support each other's presentations by giving positive yet critical feedback. Valuable lessons that not only did the students learn, but ones that I learned as well were amazing and informative speeches that were given last time, such as how to help children with cancer, the importance of technology, unemployment, resisting society's pressure, and the importance of learning English, and of course, so many other amazing topics. The thing that's so great about ENGin Inspires was that it's for everyone. Anyone, if they have the will and motivation to do so, can become a great public speaker. You don't need any background experience. And the supportive community is what makes and what made the October 2022 ENGin Inspires event something that everyone and anyone felt a part of and belonged to. As we've just finished our first ENGin Inspires event, we're already preparing for the second one, and we're looking for people like you who are interested in giving some awesome and influential speeches, as well as learn some key tips to speech giving. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact ENGin Inspires at enginprogram.org.